Hello. Welcome to the Goods. I know that you have been looking at us wearing our Fly Goods podcast gear and wondering where can we get those. Well, guess what? We have the answers for you. We have it here, Teespring. Go to Teespring and you will find all of this glorious merchandising, from t-shirts to mugs to, well, there's other toys, but we can't talk about that now. Go to Teespring. Enjoy our memorabilia. And we're back, all flash.
No substance.
So today's top 5 is the top 5 90s TV shows. So we actually want to go back and start looking at all these TV shows now that WandaVision is kind of giving us a little sample of what it was like back in the day, whether it was the 50s, the 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever it was. So we kind of want to go back and look at these older shows that we loved back in the day, and we're gonna actually start with the 90s. We were gonna start with the 70s, but Terrence can't freaking remember any 70s shows. So let's start with the 90s. Carla, go first.
Before that, I wanted to make a little bit of a disclaimer to say that most of the shows in the 90s, I was a baby, so you can understand what of my choices here. Yes. So before you judge my options, just consider that I was in between my tens. So that's why.
Okay, got it.
There you go.
Number 5.
Okay, number 5.
Number 5.
Thank you. So, okay, my number 5, and I really love this show. And the reason why is that this show helped me become a horror thriller type of fan, and a book fan. This is why I started to read. And it's Goosebumps.
Goosebumps?
Yes! It was okay, fine. That's why I made my disclaimer at first.
I liked Slappy. That was scary. There was some scary stuff there.
It was really good. I know that it was probably really cheesy, and it has a bunch of things that made probably they wouldn't do right now, but I really liked it. I think that it was a lot of creativity for kids, to make them get excited about horror things that probably their parents wouldn't allow them to watch. So I think that was really something that I really liked, and that is how I started to read. So
that's awesome. Yes. There were some good episodes on Goosebumps.
There were.
Like I said, the Night of the Living Dummy was kind of some crazy stuff for me.
And that doll looked horrible.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you guys have never seen this, there's a movie called Magic, starring Anthony Hopkins back in the 1970s.
That's so true.
That dummy looked a lot like Slappy, so that's why it freaked me out when I saw it.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Okay.
All right, I got you. All right, number 4.
Number 4. Okay.
There you
Thank you. So I was in between, I have a bunch of these, but I was in between, again, going back to my age. This is one of my lovely, shows. I can see it in your face that you're already hating it.
I'm not saying a word. Go ahead.
It was the Power Rangers.
The Power Rangers.
That was
the Power Rangers were awesome.
That was I
support that.
I support that. I'm good with it.
I would have my mom every time that I was bad, she would ground me, and my punishment would be not to watch the Power Rangers. That was awesome. That was in the original one. The more the series continued and everything, I started to lose a little bit of interest in it, but how the original cast and everything, that was amazing. Between Rita and then later on Laura Seth and everything that came on, it was perfection. I love that.
I thought you come back around as Samurai Ranger.
I thought Tommy was the best.
Yes.
Tommy was the best. The White Ranger was the best one.
Oh my God! I recently saw we saw it on Target, something about the green white Power Ranger, and I was I want this. I need to have it.
Oh, absolutely.
It still reminds me of that era and how I loved it.
So many racial stereotypes on that though.
Black Ranger,
White Ranger, the Yellow Ranger, that was pretty interesting back then. All right, let's go.
Okay.
Number 3.
My number 3 is The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yes.
Okay. I ain't mad at that.
That is a really good show. I think that's how you first start to fall in love with Will Smith. of course.
Okay.
And I was not happy when Aunt Vivian was replaced.
Okay,
That
I
was
agree.
something that really I was not happy about.
And that's
that.
nothing against the actress that replaced her.
No.
It's just the
like,
original actress was just.
she was so good.
Yeah, she was awesome.
And like especially on that episode, I don't know, that was a classic episode. That she's on a ballet type of like dance class, and she started like to move like and really cool and do these dance moves really awesome. She was. I mean, her role was really good.
Yeah,
So
she was phenomenal.
I really missed and like I kind of hated that replacement. But the whole Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, that was an awesome.
Yeah, and it was awesome that in the reunion that they actually made up.
Yes.
And her and Will Smith actually made up and squashed all that.
I know,
so that was
I know.
kind of cool.
So HBO Max, thank you for that. But yeah, I have to say that was one of my favorites.
Number 2.
Number 2. We already talked about this one, and I was going to say the same thing that he's going to say, or he will not say at this time, but it's The Nanny.
The Nanny.
Yes, The Nanny was an awesome show.
Fran Drescher?
Yes, she was. Thank you, and that
the way,
is why.
And you listen to her
loud.
Is
She's
it wife of Fran Drescher?
Yeah.
Yes, she's loud and
Nanny
she's
and the Nanny.
funny. Oh my God, she's just loud and funny, but she's kind and sweet. See? I mean, and she's sometimes like feels out of like her place, but she always like trying to find a way to fit in.
I actually had a crush on Fran Drescher.
See? So
I did not.
I mean, I think that
I had to like listen to her on mute.
But I loved her on Dr. Detroit.
overall, I think that she was able like to.
There's nothing wrong with that pick. It was
It
nothing wrong.
is.
Fran Drescher, all kidding aside, she's freaking
You
awesome.
watch the show, Fran Drescher.
Fran Drescher is awesome. She's
I
freaking
mean,
cool as shit. So I can't say nothing.
She's the queen in that like whole show,
Okay.
and I watch it from beginning to
My
end.
cousin Vinny.
And like and yes, and I mean the whole.
And her
it's
biological clock is doing this.
It's not only about like her. It's about. You see a lot of New York, like Italian, and then like Jewish type of thing that you can still see like reference on shows today. So I don't know. I think
Okay,
that was.
I'm not hating on that. All right, number 1.
My number 1, and I will kill whoever says something about this show because like this is my like most loved show ever, and I don't think that nothing like will ever change my mind. It's Friends.
Friends. Okay.
Yes, that is my ultimate favorite show ever. If I could, I've always
Show
been
where
thinking
a bunch
in
of
my.
white people knows no other ethnic groups.
I mean, it's not about that. It's just like it's.
They all bang each other.
They didn't. The best couple ever is Monica and Chandler, and I love their relationship and how everything's. Anyway, that is the best show ever.
So
That was the perfect like mix
Okay.
out of like characters and people, and for the producers and the cast, excellent. Like kudos to you. I think that this was a perfect mix of people.
I think we always said, and I think that Terrence and I did a top 5 on this when it came to the best ensembles, and we kind of agreed that the best ensemble ever made was The Godfather.
Yeah.
It's absolutely the greatest ensemble on film ever, and that
I can see
says
that.
a lot considering Infinity War and all. No, I'm talking just the when it comes to acting, that is the greatest.
Like what came out of that?
Yeah, that would be the best.
Yeah. All right. So
I would not put Friends in that when it comes to TV shows.
So hold on. Let me spoil it right now. Seinfeld was better.
Thank you very much. All right.
Seinfeld was better.
On that note, my
I
top
would
5.
love to throw something at you right now, but okay,
All right.
tell me.
My number 5 starts. My number 5 starts with Martin. Digga, 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 digga.
I
Martin.
accept that.
Martin.
What is that?
Martin Lawrence. Martin.
Again, I mean, so
She's Costa Rican.
yes, thank
Martin.
you. These shows I watched them in
Martin.
Costa Rica, so you have to understand.
I'm sorry. Martin was one of my favorite shows growing up. Well, I was like 17 years old when Martin came out, and that was like that was Martin Lawrence is comedian.
Yeah,
He's
I
bad
know,
boy, right?
yeah.
But he started with that TV show. First, he started with Def Jam, and then he got Martin,
Okay.
and it was one of the top shows on Fox, I want to say, and it was just fantastic. Him and Tisha Campbell, and It was just a great show. But the best thing about Martin was that he had so many different characters. Terrence will show you.
Okay.
But Martin had so many different characters that he played, and he put a whole a different comedic attitude and personality to each character that it was just freaking hilarious.
Okay.
It was just so damn funny. So
And
you gotta check it out.
I can see it because he is like one of my top like comedians.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And you know what? I'm not gonna put him on Mount Rushmore, but he's really freaking close
Yes.
on especially when it comes to black comedians.
Yeah.
He's very close.
Yeah.
He's very close to being on that Mount Rushmore. He's freaking amazing. So yeah, I'm gonna give Martin number 5. Number 4. Number 4. All right, Taz, you ready for this one? All right, number 4 is Night Court.
Why? I don't know about it. What is that show about?
Man, Night Court is
Really?
one of the funniest shows
That's a great pick.
I have ever seen. Okay, Harry Anderson was he was kind of like a magician comedian that he would work with Rodney Dangerfield a lot. Rodney Dangerfield would highlight all these young comedians. He was one of them. And he got this show where he played a judge, and he would put a lot of his act and his personality into that role. And he was just phenomenal. But John Larroquette, who played Dan Fielding, you gotta see this show.
Okay.
He was one of the attorneys who was like kind of like a sex crazed maniac. Like he was just all about women, and it was just so damn funny. And there was like so many different. It was a balance of so many different characters that brought a little bit of their comedic talent. Marsha Warfield, she was a comedian back in the 70s who worked with Richard Pryor, and she was on that show too. Loved her in DC Cab. That was my favorite, but she was on that show, and there was just they were just fantastic. The chemistry on that show was absolutely fantastic, and the things that stood out the most were who they were defending, like the inmates, not the inmates, but the defendants. Yeah, there you go. The defendants on the show were just like, you know, they're talking about like all these different things that they've done, and there's like the stupidest things that these people were freaking, you know, being charged for.
Yeah.
But it was just funny because it was different, you know, different not comedy.
It's kind of like the lesser crimes that were happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like where you're like, oh, like there's a mass murder or something like that. It's like, oh, this dude got like busted for shoplifting or something like that.
Or he got
sleeping on a corner.
Yeah, or,
Okay.
you know, he got caught with a
Like,
gerbil up his ass,
It
or
was like the most like menial.
Yeah.
Like they had to do it.
but it was freaking hilarious. So
Okay.
that's my number
Okay.
4.
That's a good pick.
That was
Okay.
number 3.
Number 3.
Oh shit.
It's South Park.
What? Okay, I'll give you that. Like I think that like the 90s was like a start of that type of like show that it was like soury type of like comedy, sarcastic and stuff like that. I really like that.
When you look at South Park, whether it was politics, social injustice, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There was just no topic safe from Matt and Trey, and they just freaking let it out. And they didn't give a damn about what anybody said. And then when you got all these different characters that were all these racial stereotypes and all this other stuff, and you got Isaac Hayes playing Chef, and all this other stuff, like it was just absolutely fantastic. And the most basic type of animation, but the dialogue and the context and the substance of what they were trying to say and the humor behind it was just absolutely fantastic, to the point where it is still going on to this day.
Yes, exactly.
So
many years after.
South Park number 3.
I like that one. Okay.
All right,
number 2.
Number 2. There you go. All right, number 2 is Seinfeld. How could you not have Seinfeld on your top 5?
Because I don't know.
You're all
It
because I was 6,
Yes.
you bastard.
I
was 8 years old.
See, first of all, again, thank you. I was like super young, but still, like I still did Friends. It was better, but okay.
No. Seinfeld, basically the mind from Larry David, and if you like your enthusiasm, this is where it all started right here. And his collaboration with Jerry Seinfeld in a freaking TV show, basically, and they even say it, a TV show about nothing.
Yeah.
Was just
Which I think that is the best like recipe for a show to be successful, like a show about nothing. Whenever like you have a show that it like has a bunch of complication and shit like that, like usually doesn't work. But whenever you have something that is like nothing, just people relating about whatever.
It's
and
going
like,
on, yeah,
yes,
whatever's
it's just
going
going on. It can go on and on and on and on.
Exactly, and that was one of the things that was bad. And the best thing about it was, besides it ending on my birthday, my 24th birthday, but the best thing about it too was just the cast and their talent level, and everybody knew their role. And some would say, and I don't even know, and Terrence, you can answer this. Who would you think was the standout of that show? Kramer or George?
Early Kramer, later George.
Okay, yeah, because Jason Alexander was just freaking perfection in that damn role.
They figured out what they were doing with George's character, and they just kind of rolled it out to the end, or in the later half of the series.
Like,
But if you
most
really-
of the shows are like that.
But if you really think about it, and you got the soup Nazi.
It's nothing is
But that was a
specific.
small thing.
I know, but I'm just saying that you got stuff like that going on. It's like just,
I know,
it's
like-
about him scratching his nose like this, but in the point of view, it looks like he's picking his nose. It's like that. It's just a show about nothing. It's just
Yes.
whatever's happening,
Nothing
just
is
like Carl
specific.
said.
Nothing is specific.
That's
Just
already-
like
Oh, okay, all right.
That's why you are not on this top
That's
5.
My number one.
I'm so curious about this one.
My number one is Married with Children.
Yeah, I know.
course.
Okay.
Always. I don't
Is
care.
that a 90s show or an 80s show?
I don't care that
Yeah.
it started in '87. It doesn't matter to me.
No. It was mostly
Because
like,
it was mostly in
Yes.
the 90s,
In the 90s.
and that was just I mean, god dang it, man. The writing on that, and I liked a lot about it was that a lot like Seinfeld, that it can just go on at any
Yes.
moment. It doesn't have to have any kind of continuity.
No.
It can have subtleties here and there, but it doesn't have any kind of
and
continuity.
you can watch any episode and you
it's a
don't need
standalone.
to. Yes.
It's just a
Yes.
standalone. So Ed O'Neill was fantastic.
Yes.
Freaking Katie Seagal. They were the entire cast.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. And Christina Applegate back in the
Yes.
day, but still, even to this day. But just the show itself was just hilarious.
Yeah.
I have them on my phone. I hear them and I fall asleep to every
No, yeah.
episode, every freaking night. That is my favorite show of all time, Married with Children.
Yeah, okay.
Honorable
Fine.
mentions.
Okay, I have a lot. And
not like-
it's
You gonna put like a bunch of cartoons?
No! Okay, I'm going to tell you a cartoon that probably you watch over and over. And until today, I figured it out that it was an HBO Max. And sometimes I go to sleep watching that, and I don't mind accepting that. It's like Batman the Animated Series, right? I don't like that is the coolest show, animated show for me in the 90s.
How about giving it up for freaking Mark Hamill as Joker, baby?
I loved it. That was an amazing, even though Bruce Wayne always was wearing the same brownish beige type of suit, and he didn't have a bunch of graphics and shit. But the whole dialogue and everything, it's amazing. And
$800
for
million
me-
to be Batman, remember?
And you know what? The first season, the first chapters, it's all about introducing the villains and understanding the story. So I think that for somebody that actually likes Batman, it's a great way to start because you know their stories and how why they end up being their villains and everything.
One of the things about Batman the Animated Series that a lot of people don't really give it credit for is the writing of it. And
Yes!
and the writing and the dialogue of that show was very mature.
Yeah.
For it being a kid TV show.
Exactly.
And because of that, there was a lot more substance to the characters and a lot more realism to the characters that I thought kind of related to what Batman really is.
Yeah.
So I agree 100%. The one thing that I did not like about Batman, the animated series, was the Batmobile shielded is the Batmobile design.
Yeah.
The way when the Batmobile was shielded.
How did he see?
Exactly! The
What?
Batmobile when
Okay.
it's shielded from '89 is the exact
How you draw it.
concept for okay.
I
Anyway.
mean, it's how you draw it.
Okay,
and
go
back
ahead, I'm
then.
sorry, go
But
ahead.
okay, so I had that one. I think that the 90s was the whole start of Nickelodeon and a bunch of shows that was in there too. I know that I'm 33 years old, so don't judge me about that. Anyway, and then we could talk about a bunch of other ones Full House, Family Matters.
Whoa! You think I forgot?
No, they're not. To me, I love those. And again, to me, the fact that I know these, meaning that I was like watching them in on another country, mean that how much like success they were back in the day, because like they were able like to show them and they were funny in Spanish. So that was the thing. They were funny in Spanish too. So for me, so most of the things that they were going to talk about, maybe like that reference, I will know it. But it was funny still. So for me, like Full House, Family Matters, Saved by the Bell.
Oh my God.
Before, like even though like Full House, everybody like has a bunch of like love about that show. I liked it more. Another one that it was kind of similar that was called Step by Step.
Step by Step.
I really liked that. I like that one better.
The one with Bobby Ewing on it?
I like that one better. I mean, Alf. How can you like not like? Come on.
Well, that was 80s.
Alf.
Though.
No, but
That
it
was
was
80s.
still. But that was still like running into the early 90s.
Okay.
Oh my God. So I mean, and another one that it was like really like.
90s.
Yes, like another one iconic ones was like Beverly Hills, like 90210. That was like one of the like soap operas that went on and on
Okay,
and on and on.
I'm gonna give her that one.
Yes, like that one like went on, and I think that it was like, I mean,
You know,
I read
everybody
like
was
that.
always about Luke Perry and Jason Priestley in that show.
Yes,
Right? Those were the heartthrobs.
yeah. But at the end, like
I
they
can't really think about Shannon Doherty was Tori Spelling,
But I mean, wait. But hey, just so you know that Tori Spelling and Brian Austin Green, one of the two main characters that end up being in the final like series, like season. Like most of them, like they remove it eventually. Like even Jason Priestley, like he was removed at some point or he left the show.
Mm-hmm.
But Tori Spelling and Brian Austin Green were the only ones
They
from
stayed
the
there the whole
main.
thing?
Yes,
Okay.
they stayed at the end.
Brian Austin Green got Megan.
He got Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
They are not
Yeah.
together anymore.
It doesn't
by the
matter.
way.
Like he got Megan.
Hey,
Yes.
Megan Fox is on his resume.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
But okay. Wait, I'm not done. So
There you go.
I had so a part of like South Park, I have Daria. I think that Daria was
That was a
really
good show.
good.
That was a good show.
Daria was really
Was that
good.
Garofalo?
Yeah, it was actually.
She's fantastic.
Yeah, it was.
So that was really good. I had a really like nice one that I used to watch with my mom, and it was really good, like Dr. Queen. That was like a really
Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman?
Yes.
With Jane Seymour?
That was really good. Fine, whatever.
I like
Fuck
her.
you all.
I liked her better when she was.
These are like soulless people. Right
I liked her
here.
better when she was Kitty Cat on Wedding Crashers.
That's the show where you like when it came on, you're like, oh, it's some cheese channel.
Oh my God!
Oh, wait,
These
Jane-
people
oh,
are
yeah, no.
soulless.
All right, here we go. All right, mine was Perfect Strangers. Balky.
Oh my God.
But of course I am. Don't be ridiculous. All right, Living Single. Queen Latifah, baby. Come on.
Go.
Different World. Hey, you know what? I don't give a damn what anybody says. Kadeem Hardison was just funny as shit. He was just cool as hell in that one. I liked
Which
him a lot in
one?
that. A Different World. It was a spin-off, Alyssa Bonet.
Okay.
Yeah, from the Cosby Show. Growing Pains.
Oh yeah. I saw
Because
that one.
freaking, yeah, I just love the theme song.
The Borderline's that.
Yep, Blurred Lines. Blurred Pains, there it is. All right. Family Matters, obviously.
Yeah, Family Matter was really good.
Because that was not really Carl Winslow. It was really the cop from Die Hard.
And you know what? There's an episode in Friends that they start to play with the SAP like mode in the TV, and it shows Family Matters in Spanish, and it's exactly how I watched it.
Oh, nice.
And it was like so funny.
Okay, I got Friends.
Yes.
Okay, I got Friends.
Which I
That's
don't
my daughter's
understand.
one of my daughter's favorite
I don't
shows. So I'm gonna
understand
give-
how come it's not a top.
All right.
That is a classic top. Like okay.
All right, so my top show out of those honorable mentions that I didn't want to put first because I wanted to put the save best for last, which was almost in my top 5,
Okay.
is Beavis and Butthead.
Oh my God! I love that is so true. I cannot believe
Yo, you can throw Red.
I
You can throw Red and Stimpy. Ren and Stimpy was fantastic.
No, but
Yeah,
Beavis and
but
Butthead,
Beavis
yes.
and Butthead is absolutely one of
Yeah.
the funniest damn shows. Before you had South Park,
Yeah.
you had Beavis and Butthead.
That's
And
true.
damn it, Mike Judge fucking did a fantastic
Yeah.
job on there. And that's where you had Mr. Anderson. He was like the
That was such a good
he was the
show.
main one that kind of started King of the Hill. So I can't help but think about Beavis and Butthead, or what they say, Buff Code and Beaver.
Oh my God.
I
that was
freaking
so-
love that
yes.
show, and that was a show that we actually watched all the time when we were closing at freaking Blockbuster. We used to freaking put it on the video, and we would watch it while we were cleaning the store. It was
It was
absolutely
so
fantastic.
good.
I loved
Yeah.
it. I can't help it. Beavis
Yeah.
and Butthead.
Okay.
All right, take us home.
Why me? Like, I don't know
I guess
all
I'm-
that. I don't know all
Terrence,
the
come over
things
here and
that
take us home.
Karen says. Please.
All right, you guys can't hear me, but I'm still here. So if it's the first time that you're actually watching the show, make sure you subscribe as well as click the notification button. If you've been watching the show, or if you haven't been watching the show, make sure you put your top 5 in the list below. And I know you guys can't actually hear me. Put the subtitles on. Make sure you put the
You
comments.
will. He talks loud.
And I'm gonna get out of here now.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. That's it. That's it.
Oh
we
my
need
God.
We need to like
Hit us-
write down.
Hit
script
me
and
up
repeat
on
that.
Twitter. Hit him up on Facebook. Please look at our look into our Teespring and buy a shirt, buy whatever you can. Subscribe to our Patreon. Hit like, subscribe on this. Let us know your favorite 90s TV shows. And yeah, so we'll see you the next time. For Aspen and Art, where the hell they're at. Terrence over there, I don't know what the hell he's doing. I'm Manny,
I'm Carla.
and we'll see you next time.
Real quick, if you're still here, because we do these into the video little blooper things. If you're still here, look down. There's a link here for Patreon. If you guys like the show, please give us money. Give us money. We'll take a penny. We'll take a nickel. We'll take a dime. We'll take $1. We have some stuff on there that we're giving away on Patreon if you do contribute, because trust me, we need help. We need help. We want to buy new equipment, and we need an editor. Somebody who doesn't have to stay up in the middle of the night. Or they don't have to stay up in the middle, but I won't have to do it. So please, down patreon.com/thegoods. It's in the link. Please do it. We appreciate it.